eye in the sky. I can go twice as high. Take a look, it's in a book, a reading rainbow. I can go anywhere.
Booze and the Dudes.
Friends to know and ways to grow.
A reading rainbow. So we're here. Chuck Bucks, Big Bucks, Uday Uclea, Brandon Juice, and special guest, my mom, and Carol. Her name's Carol. She don't like her name.
You know what the name Carol, like I'm friggin' old, okay?
With the name Carol.
Nobody names their kid that
exactly, anymore. Like, the old names, like no one names their kid Bob anymore.
Yeah.
There's no Carols, there's Bobs.
And if your name's Dick, then you're screwed.
If your name's Dick, you're fucking.
Just turn into a fag at that point.
Change your name.
Yeah, change your name.
Get a day job.
But you're spry. You're spry.
That's right.
Get a fucking day
stiff.
job.
And then, of course, here we go with the popping a dog.
What? There we go.
Richard is not joining us today because he's at his job, video game testing that he's been the last 10 years.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank God.
Video game tester. We'd smoke. No, we love you, Rich.
Mr. Sassy. Hi, boo.
We love you, but he decided not to join us this evening. And we're here to talk about Ghost. This is the Ghost episode. Mostly what we're going to talk about is the Blue House, okay? And let me just take you back.
Is that like the White House?
It's kind of like the White House. So all these guys you hear on these podcasts have known me for a long time.
Racist.
And they've known me since high school. And during this time, we lived in this house. It was a house in San Bernardino that was crazy haunted.
Yeah.
And a lot of anybody knew it was haunted, from neighbors across the street to people that visited us. There was not a non-believer. There was just so much stuff that happened to everybody that you couldn't just, brush it off, because everybody had an experience. Even the neighbors next door seen shit. Mm-hmm. So we'll take you through that. Prior to moving in, when we moved in, we did hear stories from people across the street. Like, hey, listen, do you have, before you guys moved in, there was an old man with a big old white hat that used to walk left to right in the patio area, and then also be seen through the window, looking out the window. And this was basically seen by all the neighbors, and the next door neighbors to the right side of it too. And kind of take us through that, Mom. You remember that time?
Oh yeah, that was a good one.
Yeah, you got to talk to the mic. You got to talk to the mic.
Hey. Hello. Okay. Like, I don't even know how to do this. Yeah, that was a fun time. My room was the vortex. What do they call it? Vortex?
Like a vortex, like a portal.
Yeah, portal. That's where a lot of the spirits came from.
Jeez.
I mean, we had more spirits than we had shit. People, we had more spirits than people shit.
What?
All right.
I want to say, because you said everybody had an experience there. I'm gonna be honest. I never had an experience there.
They didn't like you.
Yeah. However, nobody likes me.
We do.
However, I always felt very uncomfortable in the house.
What do you mean by feeling uncomfortable?
I remember once or twice, we would be training in the backyard, and I would have to make a phone call. So I'd go on my cell, and I'd go into the house, and I just felt like I felt like unwelcomed.
Wow.
I wasn't allowed to be there. And if I ever walked upstairs to the second floor, it felt very ominous, especially that hallway that you guys had. It I don't know, it was so dark.
And then there was 13 steps to the top.
Mm-hmm.
You don't even find places with 13 stairs, and you don't find floors at doctors and stuff, 13 stairs. But it was 13 stairs to the top, and we had a medium come in.
Yeah.
And
shit got crazy.
Yeah, shit got crazy. But we had sightings every day.
Every single day.
I mean, it didn't matter. Whenever we wanted to see a ghost, we knew it was going to be there because it was always there.
Yeah. This house was built in 1912.
Yes.
So this house is built in 1912. So it's 100 and would make 106 years old. And by the time we moved there, it was close to exactly 100 years old. And according to the medium, I think this is the story that I did look if anybody died in the house. There was any records
There
of
was
that.
a little girl. The little girl that went up and down the stairs. She had died like from
Try talking to
polio.
the mic a little bit.
She had like she had like polio and died when she was like 5 or 6.
Now, how
Back
do you
in the
know?
day.
How do you know that?
Because that's what the records show. The
'Cause-
records of the house when we went down there. It showed who owned it
Yeah.
and who lived there and the way the story went. But
Yeah, because when I looked it up, basically you go to a website whodiedinmyhouse.com. And when I looked it up, someone actually died in this house. But there was, if not this house, might have been the other house. But there was actually no records, since this house is so old, there was no records of anybody dying in the blue house. And the story was that there was a guy named Danny on a paper route that went back to the house, and it was your room, was his little girl's room or his family's room, and he would go back there and visit them. But on the way in his route, I guess something happened in his route where he died, and his ghost was supposedly there. That was the good spirit. Remember that?
well, there was a lot of good spirits. But what about the 5 or 6-year-old girl that had polio and died?
That's the thing.
Well-
Let's take you back. Let's take you back from the very beginning, because once we basically moved into this house, it was almost completely vacant. Okay, and this is in the heart of San Bernardino. And at the time, maybe as a kid coming from San Diego, I didn't know how hardcore San Bernardino was. Okay, because is still now is a shithole. Okay, so what we did was put. Basically, we put a baby monitor at the bottom floor because most of the rooms were upstairs, and a baby monitor in your room.
Yes.
Okay, so
I remember when I was there one time and there was nobody there, and I heard, and I put the other baby monitor in my room upstairs, and the other one was down below, and I heard, oh, it's just me. I literally almost cracked.
So
I started moving the dresser in front of
Exactly.
my door. I started moving my bed in front of my
So you
door.
started basically instead of warning, because here's the thing.
Oh, yeah. I wasn't gonna warn
didn't think-
nobody.
You didn't think it was a ghost. You thought it was a man that broke in.
Yeah.
Okay. So instead of giving us a fair warning that we're gonna get axed up or fucking shot in the head, you boarded up your room and dresser, and then was so scared you boarded yourself in to your room. So what was the game plan going through your head?
Every man for himself. That's my game plan. It's every man for himself.
Shit. So much for that baby monitor being in your room. Okay, 'cause that's a little fucked up. That's a little fucked up. Because the whole purpose of it was basically to warn the house, so we would
It
go
won't be
down
the-
there and fuck somebody up.
Yeah, it won't be
But
the first time I screwed up.
But
in life.
instead, you boarded yourself. I always thought about this. It's like instead, you decided to board yourself up, and it's
Yeah.
like, fuck.
Yeah, I bored the kids out,
fuck
man.
Fuck the rest of
That's
them.
it.
Everyone for themselves.
That's right.
Because that's the thing. You thought it was a person that broke in.
I was
And,
so scared.
I mean, it could have been something else like, hey, motherfucker, I'm in here. I'm going to shoot every single one of you. And you would have done the same exact fucking thing. You wouldn't call the fucking police. You didn't call. I don't even know. This wasn't a time of cell phones.
No,
it was pagers.
No, yeah. Like when we started like hanging out, the pagers were slowly kind of fading away. So even if you had a cell phone, it would be one of those shitty brick cell phones or the shitty old school flip
And
phones.
and nobody in the city of San Bernardino had enough money for a shitty brick shit phone,
Yep.
cell phone that Zach Morris had.
San
No one
Bernardino
fucking had
is.
that.
I don't know if any of you out there know about this, but San Bernardino is a very, very haunted city anyway. There is
Yeah.
a lot of places in San Bernardino that's very haunted.
Tons of them.
I think if you want to go ghost hunting, I would definitely say hit San Bernardino.
Certainly a lot of deaths and homicides, so that could be a big part of it too. But yeah, there's a
Well,
lot
yeah.
of history in the city of San Bernardino. I mean, it's, but yeah, this house. I mean, like I said, that was just one example. That's the first night. So after that, what you decided to do was put a security system in place. So they installed motion sensors out through the building. Okay.
Gosh.
So out through the building.
You're bringing back memories.
And so what they did was basically when obviously you thought there was an intruder or somebody. We didn't put 2 and 2 together, and you decided to install a security system.
Yes.
So take us through your memory of that.
Okay, so we had a security system put into the house. Underneath the stairs, there was the control panel. And there was all these boxes and stuff that we also stored underneath the stairs. And the next, when was it? It was a few days later?
A few days later.
Few days later, I couldn't figure out why the securities, if the security system was working right or whatever. I looked underneath the stairs, and I found the whole control panel wires shredded. Not cut, but shredded. And it was at the very top. And we only had a dog that wouldn't even be able to do that. But
yeah.
Shredded. I have never in my life seen something like that. But, and then also, so I called.
We didn't even have a dog at the time.
Yeah, I think we had Sandy at the time.
No. Sandy came later.
Oh. But I remember calling the security guy because the security system wouldn't work.
Uh-huh.
Remember, I called the guy up and he came in and he goes, "Oh, that don't work. That don't work. That sensor don't work." And I said, "Yeah, it does." And he goes, "No." He stood in front of it and the lights never came on. But yet when he left, the lights started coming on again when it sensed that you were there.
Oof.
Yeah, it was crazy. I mean, we've had good times there. I mean, they weren't evil though. They weren't evil spirits.
So basically, things progressed. We would hear footsteps up and down, obviously to the second story.
Oh yeah.
And I think she brought to the fact that there was 13 steps.
Yeah.
Now, typically, when you build a house, nothing is ever left off at 13. Okay, I don't know if you know this, but nothing's ever left off as 13. It's just very superstitious. People don't leave things off at 13. They'll build only 13 steps or only 13. So it's not, there's nothing like that. And this had 13 steps to get to the top. So.
Well, do you think that's because somebody did that on purpose, like in Ghostbusters, how they made that building to be a beacon for ghosts? Or is it just by accident? Or why do you think it?
I think it might have been by accident. It was 1912.
I think it might have been time period.
Yeah, this happened.
I think it's more the time period. Back in those days, I don't know. I mean,
According to these records, 1912 was when it was built. 1922 is when it was renovated.
Okay.
So maybe they added something on. Could have been something, but I think honestly those stairs were there from the beginning. And in 1912, who knows?
And who cares how many steps it is to the top?
Exactly.
Right?
At that point, there's hardly any regulations. I mean, that's a long fucking time ago.
I'm a little superstitious, but I've never had a fear of the number 13 or 13 steps or 13th floor.
Yeah, me either.
No. But what happened in this house was basically, shit like that.
Yeah.
So as time went on, you would hear a few more things, and then I think you really got into the ghost being there ever since you heard that voice.
Well, I think it was fun. I mean, for me, it was fun. I mean, it was something to do. You knew that they were always going to be there, right? Mm-hmm. You always knew that they were going to give you some kind of show.
let you know that there's something on the other side.
Exactly. And I remember. Do you remember when Chris was? That's my youngest son, and Chris was 13 years old, sitting in his room on the floor with his homework, and of course he was the only non-believer in the house.
So Chris
was 13 on his bedroom floor, always chewed us out for being devil worshippers, and until he seen a hand come down, swipe his homework, throw it across his room, and he went screaming.
Well,
and said, "I believe in it now."
So prior to that, Richard would spend the night over at, in my room, and in the middle of the night, I seen. Now my vision's very poor at around this time, I couldn't see very far or close. So at the end of the night, I see a figure about 7 feet tall or so. I can't make out details because I can't see very clearly past maybe a foot or two. But I see a figure there. It's like almost like a plasma figure, and I'm like waking up. Oh shit! So I flick the light on. Nothing there. I just go back to bed and I'm like, well, fuck, maybe it'll leave. At this point, we already established I wasn't scared.
Yeah, I remember you telling me the story at the time.
So later that night, a couple hours later, Richard seen a hand come from me to him. And
Chuck's not gay, so that wouldn't
I'm
work.
totally not gay. Not gay.
Yeah, he's not
I mean,
gay.
I'm okay with gays, but I'm not.
He's not
gay.
against gay,
Totally
but
not
he's not gay.
Yeah.
I'm a fag hag. Okay, go on.
Lord.
Anyways.
Okay, yeah.
But basically, this hand goes from me to him, so he's seeing this shit too.
Yeah.
So
well, I question. So when you say the hand went from you to him, like, was the hand on the bed crawling up towards you and then changed direction toward Richard, or what do you mean?
coming from me to Richard,
But like on the bed or in the air or where?
coming from basically, I'm in my bed, he's on the floor,
Uh-huh.
and it's coming from my bed towards him, and freaks out.
Oh,
turns on the
okay.
light.
I see what you're saying.
Yeah, so it's basically leaving me and going towards him.
Okay.
And he fucking completely just fucking, kind of freaks out. But
Wow.
that's the kind of shit. And then so later on you got a medium. Now, how did you find... Take me through this because I don't remember it too well.
Uh-huh.
You got a medium. Now, how did you find a medium at this time? Because this is really around early stages of the internet and searching. And how did you find a medium one? And how did that seance go? Because I wasn't part of it.
Well, Lois is the one that found her.
Okay.
And so we set up, we paid her, and she came in and she told us about the little girl that had polio
Okay.
that died. And she says, do you guys see her? And I mean, I didn't see anything, but they asked if we see her. I didn't see her at that time. So
I never seen any. Yeah, no.
Yeah. But
Could've been the hand.
I do remember this going up and down the stairs. People going up and down the stairs. I remember hearing that when nobody should have been doing that.
Yeah, all the time.
Yeah. It's a lot of...
So what else did the medium say? Just one ghost? I thought the medium said there was 3 ghosts. There was like one that was...
Well, they probably could.
one
I
was
mean,
that-
I don't remember
You don't
yesterday.
remember either? Oh, yeah.
Hell, I don't even remember 3 hours ago.
Fantastic.
Oh, by the way, she's about to get real jumpy because I'm pretty sure the edibles have kicked in.
Oh, you're so cute, Joe.
She's going deep.
Apparently, the house I live in now is haunted. Which
Really?
Which I'm prone to believe, actually.
Hell, let's go.
So we... Ouch. We moved into our house about 2 years ago, and I used to hang out with this one girl who said she was clairvoyant. And again, anytime someone says they're clairvoyant, I'm like, yeah, whatever, fuck off.
Yeah.
She says, okay, listen, my bedroom has its own private bathroom. Somehow the bathroom door is always open. I'll be chilling at my computer desk, which is on the complete opposite side of where the bathroom is, and I'll just look around. I'll look at the bathroom. I just feel like there's somebody in there.
Uh-huh.
So then I tell my friend, I go, I feel like there's somebody in my bathroom, like a ghost. She says, there is. I said, do you want to explain? And she says, there's 4 spirits.
Hey.
3 of them are completely fine. Nothing wrong with them. They're good people. The 4th one, though, is not bad. It's not evil. But anytime there's negative energy in the house, shit's going to go down. And then one time, it did. I mean, other stuff has happened. I've seen shadows and stuff, but it doesn't scare me because I'm like kind of used to it.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Yeah, like shadows that shouldn't exist, going against opposite light, stuff like that. So there's something.
I think we kind of got used to it, too, in the Big Blue house like that. You just
You
kind of...
either got used because you had nowhere else to
Yeah,
go.
well, they just kind of fit in like
Yeah.
a family, so...
So, okay, one day, I'm getting ready to leave. I want to say I'm going to a wrestling show. I don't remember where I was going. Probably work. And I get a call from my dad who was on the road, and he is drunk.
Wow.
And he's like, him and my mom are fighting at this point. And, basically my dad wanted me to tell my mom for her to call him. But he said, and I'm the only one, I'm very civil with my dad, even when he's drunk. I'm like, yeah, Dad, I know. Then he said the one thing that pissed me off. He goes, none of you love me. I lost my shit. Well, motherfucker, I'm the only one that takes your calls. I listen to you. I don't give you shit for being a drunk. You're going to fucking say I don't love you? What the fuck? And then my dad goes, Tell your mom to call me, please. Bye. Love you. Hang up. Like 10 seconds later, I hear, ah! There's nobody in the fucking house. It's just me. I go through room by room thinking I'm going to find my brother or someone. Nope. Nobody.
Wow.
Is this the house you're living in now?
Yeah. To be quite honest, if we're going to be like totally honest, I may have been possessed once.
Oh, shit.
You look like you've been possessed.
Why do you say
once.
that?
Maybe twice.
Okay, so one day I come home from a really long shift at work. I go to bed for no reason at all. I had no control over my body. I wake up, get out of bed, completely cold because it was like a winter night, and go to the bathroom and take a shower. And I was in the shower for 45 minutes.
Sounds like me on my Ambien.
Are you a sleepwalker, though?
Yeah.
I think you are a
I
sleepwalker.
am.
Okay, so I take
could be
Ambien
sleepwalking.
and that kind of, and I drove to
That's what I was
to
thinking.
Walgreens at 2 a.m, so I could kind of see.
Here's where it gets. This is why I say maybe, because I can't. It's only happened the one time, so I have nothing to compare it to.
Mm-hmm.
But so I'm in the shower and I'm washing myself, and then just out of nowhere I go, "Why am I in the fucking shower? Why am I washing myself? What's going on?" And then I dry off, I go back to bed. The next day, my brother's all, "What the hell were you doing in the shower for so long?" He's like, "I don't know." He's like, "How long was I in there for?" Dude, you had that water running for like 45 minutes.
Wow.
So I literally just woke up with not any thought in my head and went to the bathroom.
That's just
Into the
sleepwalking,
shower.
though. That's not possessed. That's just part
But
of your
like,
sleepwalking.
why would I? I've sleepwalked, but when I sleepwalk, I then go back to sleep and then I wake up.
Yeah, but
I never
then-
zonk out of it like that.
Yeah, but sleepwalking, you can do
Was
a lot
that
of
your drug
different-
days?
a lot of patterns.
No, this was like a year ago.
Oh,
No,
yeah. So you're sober.
Sleepwalking, you can go and check. I've talked to my mom in my sleep, full on conversations,
I've
and
done
I don't
that, yeah.
remember anything. So yeah, you could do a lot of stuff that's just typical patterns. You could get something.
You weren't
to eat in
taking
the
like
refrigerator.
any kind of pill or
No,
because I know
um,
Ambien will get you
No, I've
to
never-
get up
I've-
and
I
walk
don't think I've
around.
ever taken an Ambien.
Yeah.
The worst drug I've probably taken, the strongest drug is morphine, but like that knocked me out.
Yeah, I was addicted. to
I'm
that,
pretty
but-
sure like I had a beer before I went to bed.
Yeah,
But anyways,
Jeez.
crazy.
Yeah, it is crazy, but I think that's sleepwalking. That's not being possessed.
I don't know, but again, it's like what made it weird for me is that it was the bathroom, and that's where I had every kind of awkward feeling was in the bathroom.
Yeah, but if you're possessed, I mean, you're gonna do something evil. If I possessed your body, I'm gonna go fuck somebody up or have some kind of vengeance. I'm not gonna take
I
a
don't know,
shower. They're like, so what do you think? The spirit of cleansingness?
It
And I was
could
like,
have
you know what?
been. For all we
Shower
know,
really
a
needs to take a
person-
shower, man.
For all we know, somebody
So-
died in that shower, and that's why they wanted to.
Could have.
Yeah, but you could have done. I think.
Go
what do you-
who died in
what
my
do you-
house
What do you?
dot com.
What do you think? What do you think? Do you think that's sleepwalking,
up.
or do you think that's possession? And Joe's had a lot of sleepwalking.
I
before.
think, yeah, and knowing Joe for as long as I've known him, I don't know. I have to go off of what he's saying, and this is what he believes. But to
Well,
me, I've experienced all. But I don't know. I don't know what it was. Only he can tell you. But
Well,
I
if
think
it's
maybe it was.
sleepwalking or possession, either way, I was really freaked out when I conked out of it.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter either way. I mean, if like someone says like, "No, Joe, you were sleepwalking," I'm not gonna lose any sleep.
Yeah. Yeah.
Scared me.
You know, Chuck, I'm getting sick of that shit.
I'm in control of the soundboard.
I can't.
Can't hear, Brandon.
Oh, okay.
No,
baby.
you can't hear you, honey, because nobody wants to hear you.
Oh,
Oh man, I'm a bad grandma.
yeah.
Yeah, you
You're
better
gonna
say
get
Yeah.
that
Oh,
complex.
Brandon,
man,
what do you
let me
say
give him
about
some
that?
more-
I got you turned up. We can say that. We can tell Grandma.
I love you. Go
You,
ahead.
you buying that garbage?
Say shut up,
ahead.
Grandma.
Okay.
Oh,
Okay.
I don't love it.
That war is fought already.
Drama.
But there has been. I mean, I think to me too. I think knowing you for obviously you're my mom, so I've known you. I know you very well. I think spirits follow you
They could.
because you've had.
I'm pretty natural with them.
But I think maybe there's part of you that is psychic, like you do. You can catch on to the energy in the room, the spirits in the room, because you had experiences even when you were a little girl.
Yeah.
Take us through that.
Well, take us.
When you were a little girl
Yeah.
and you were with your grandma,
Oh my gosh! It's like
tell
everywhere
us
I
about
went.
that story.
Well, Okay, so I think I was around. I think it was around. I lived in El Monte. I was young. It was was it 71 that we had the big quake back then? It was.
Well, I wasn't alive in '71.
Oh
so I
heck,
wasn't-
yeah, you're
Yeah,
right.
me
Okay,
neither.
all the older guys they can call in and figure this out. But I think it was back in '71 was the big quake, and I literally seen a flower come to life that was fake on my grandma's dresser.
What?
Yes, that
never
too.
heard this.
Oh yeah, no, I know you never heard this. I mean, I can't tell you all my stories, and so that came to life. So that screwed me up. But as we went through, what other story are you thinking?
There was one that something about a piano, and you were with your
Oh
grandma.
yes, yes,
and
and that
it
was the
carried
house.
on.
That was the house in El Monte, California,
Mm-hmm.
and my mom was a cleaning lady for this lady, and so I would go over there, and the lady died, and that's the house that we moved into. But then I heard the piano being played upstairs.
Mm-hmm.
And I was the only one there at the time. I was so freaked out. Then my mom came because our grandparents lived in the house behind us. Then my mom came in and she heard it too. And she says, "Oh, you know that's Vera." See, how would I even remember that lady's name after all these years?
That was my
Whoa.
grandmother's name.
I don't even remember that lady. It just came to mind now. But her name was Vera.
Yeah.
And
You've seen her
No.
play the piano, or you
No.
heard the piano playing
you heard it playing.
by itself?
Oh yeah, it was upstairs.
But your
Was
grandma,
it good? Was
that
it
was
good?
the same stairs
Yeah,
that
was
my
she
brother
good?
pushed me down. That
was she good at the piano?
It was just sound. It wasn't a song. It wasn't like somebody knew how
Oh,
to play it.
come
It was
on.
just
Bing, bang,
playing,
bong, bong.
like regular bing, bing, bing.
Right. It was just a couple keys.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So,
Two.
yeah, I don't know. I think I have like a lot of experiences, but I'm really comfortable with the other
The paranormal.
side. Yeah. You can call it paranormal. You can call it the other side. you
So
can call it
let me
whatever,
ask
but-
you a question, because obviously you obviously are really into the paranormal like we are.
Yeah, and I'm going to come back when I die. Yeah, sure. I'm going to come back.
Do you believe that Sylvia Brown was a real psychic?
You know what? Sylvia Brown, she died
Sylvia Brown-
she was a very known psychic.
Real well-known psychic on
Very
the
good
Montel
friends
Williams
with Montel
show.
Williams. Montel Williams.
She was
made up
always on the
things.
Montel Williams show.
Mm-hmm.
And she would basically go on Montel Williams and tell people these stories. But a lot of the stuff that she was saying at the time wasn't like she would foresee maybe what's going to happen in the future, because he would always ask her, well, what do we have to look for in the future? And she's like, this, and that. Half of that shit never really happened.
I think a lot of it
Most
was
of it.
Hollywood. A lot of it was Hollywood.
Mhm. Yeah.
You know? But her son, whose name is Chris,
Mm-hmm.
is also a psychic and very well at it. So I don't know if.
I thought.
So-
Hold on. I thought she was going to say her son's name's Chris, and she predicted his name would be Chris.
I think
Oh, gosh.
because back in the day when we used to watch her, she was like super, she was like one of the few psychics that was on TV that were like, oh my goodness, like,
Yeah, everybody
whoa, this
wanted
is
to
crazy.
see her.
Everyone wanted to see her. She was an attraction, and just like Cleo made tons of money too, but Cleo obviously got put in prison because she was bullshitting everybody, and then everything after that was for entertainment purposes. Okay, but Sylvia
Yeah.
Brown would still stick to her guns. Mm-hmm. But a lot of the shit she said did not come true. There's even like murder stories. There was a murder
Like
story
I said,
that she
I
did.
think it was a lot of Hollywood.
I think it's a lot of Hollywood.
You know?
She was just kind of put on the spot. Now, if you're put on the spot and you're kind of psychic, the way here's what I think. You've probably read a few books on being psychic abilities and stuff.
yeah.
So you're probably an expert at this. Let me kind of take you through what I think a psychic is.
Let me show
What
you
I think a psychic is basically a person like you or that's alive
Okay.
that has a spirit guide. Okay, so they have a person on the other side that they're really close with. Okay, that could kind of tell them shit. And I think that but that person might summon other people like, hey, so and so is saying this, and you can hear it. Like I can, like if I, like you can hear your thoughts in your head, or see pictures in your head, in your imagination. Like if I'm looking at you, I can imagine something else and hear something else, but I'm having a conversation with you. So like if Joe, if his dad passed away, like, oh, okay, hey Joe, I see your dad. He's right next to you. And he's basically telling you what about
Well,
this.
sure,
this, and
anybody
that.
can say that. But here's the thing. How many people can you convince? Okay, because that's where the money comes in. If you can convince 100 people that his dad is right here next to him, how much
Well,
money?
that's the difference. I think there's actually psychics out there, and there's a lot of bullshitters out there,
Well,
and
yeah.
it's called cold reading. It's
Yeah.
called cold reading. And me and Tom, my buddy Tom at the time, we used to put that theory to test. I said, Tom, this is what you're gonna say,
I remember.
and here's this, and that. And we're gonna fool the girls that know that you're a psychic.
Yeah.
So he would go these cold readings. It's like, so something about the money. Don't worry about the money. Does that mean anything to you? And she's like, yeah, no. He would, we would say, don't worry about the money, and gave me a big inheritance.
Okay,
and
so-
he was so good at it that he had a girl crying in the BDC department or the office.
Wow.
Because he was so. I was like, dude, that's it. That's the key to it. Is he could convince other people by basically just saying random shit like, yeah, there's always money issues when somebody dies. Don't worry, there's
course.
always this. There's something about I'm thinking a female is coming through. Yeah, male or female.
So
someone that died that was
you
female.
know, at this point, you can even compare it to horoscopes, everyday horoscopes. I don't know if you've all done this, but pick up the paper today and look at your horoscope, and I bet you it's going to be you're going to be just like your horoscope.
Yeah, there's always
Because-
something in those horoscopes you can relate with. I'm
there's
like, yeah,
something in
That's
every.
cold reading.
They're so
That's
vague.
what I'm saying.
It's just cold reading. Yeah, there's you always something that you can relate with.
So you know what? It just comes down to what you believe in and what you don't.
And there's people that are really good bullshitters and not. But there, like I said, there's this psychic out, this young kid. What's his name? He has his own TV show. It's on E. But he gets deep into a lot of these.
Oh yeah, the young Hollywood guy.
I forget his name. I'm gonna look it up right now. On E.
Hollywood medium, the young guy. He's a young kid.
Tyler
There-
Henry.
There you go, Tyler Henry.
Tyler Henry.
Yes, and I've seen a
So what do
couple
you
of
think
his.
about Tyler Henry? The real deal, or is he full of shit?
Full of shit.
You think he's full of shit?
Yep.
What about you, Joe?
I don't even fucking know who the guy is. The only medium that I know of is that Long Island medium chick.
Okay, there's the Long Island medium too.
Yeah. And I want to believe that she knows what's going on, that she's got the info. But my problem is that's a reality TV show. Everybody knows reality TV is so scripted, and you got to think.
And they add stuff.
Yeah, just like let's think about it. Okay, so here's the form of her show. Mm-hmm. She'll have two clients come in, and the show revolves around her being with these clients, and then her day-to-day life, which usually in her day-to-day life she talks to somebody else like a stranger. I'm a medium. Hi, I'm getting a sense that I got to tell you this.
Just like a horoscope.
Yeah. Now, in reality, would a psychic actually do that? Just go up to a stranger, hey, so I got this feeling like, your mom is...
I think they would.
I think they would.
Sure.
I don't buy it.
Sure.
I believe
Oh,
in,
yeah.
I believe in
Not on
psychics.
TV,
Yeah, I don't believe in
but
TV
random. If you're at a
psychics.
grocery store,
Just
like, hey,
random and you're
listen,
feeling something?
I know this is sound a little crazy, but I have to tell you. And if I'm out of line, just let me know. If I was really psychic, I'd let you know. I would do that.
What about the psychic I went to that told me I'm going to have 3 boys and a granddaughter that's going to be psychic?
Yeah.
Remember
exactly.
that?
I remember that.
Now, that lady was really good.
That's the thing. There's people out there
That's what I'm saying. She was the real deal.
that are the real deal.
Yeah.
And the problem is with Joe's right. There's so much suggestive dialogue on TV today.
Mm-hmm.
You don't know what's real. Just like Ghost Adventures. We want to see, hey, man, this is real. Ghost Adventures is a real deal. But one of the cast members, Nick, left the show and he said, hey, there's too much suggestive dialogue.
Yeah.
if this shit didn't really happen, we shouldn't be able to put it on TV.
Well, on Storage Wars, they add stuff to the storage units, and it's
Well, of course, yeah,
it's on Hoarders. They add roaches and stuff to your kitchen. I mean, of course, come on.
It's called suggestive dialogue, and that's
well,
how they
I'm
get
not
away
that
with
smart to know that word,
But it's
so,
entertaining because the thing
yeah.
is, most of our if a camera would
Ratings.
follow me every single day, it would be very boring up to certain points and highlights. And if you suggest shit to me, like, hey, motherfuck your wife, okay, yeah, or fuck you fucking won't let me be free. And then if you motherfucked something like, hey, your mom's coming over, make a big deal on how she's coming over. The thing is, it would be entertaining. And same if we were to record Richard and his family, how fucking entertaining would that be? Or if I
that'd
follow,
be real entertaining.
yeah, with Yolanda and fucking, it's so freaking entertaining. It wouldn't take that much suggestive dialogue. There's just people that naturally can do it. But that's the thing, it's suggestive dialogue, and if you would just record nonstop for so long, you're only there so long. You can only follow these people for so long for entertaining shit to happen.
Yeah.
You have to make a 30-minute episode with all that footage. Just like the Teen Mom. It's entertaining as
Yes,
fuck.
exactly. And they keep knocking the girls up to make it look even better.
I fucking hate that show with every.
I
ounce of
don't
my
even watch
spirit.
that show.
Michelle
Michelle loves
Capital
it.
loves
Yeah.
that show. And there's a lot of
There's a
women
lot of
that
girls
do.
that like that.
There's a lot of women that do.
Mm-hmm.
To watch young girls just struggle with life now that they're fucking pregnant.
Housewives.
Nice.
The Housewives of Orange County. Yeah, she loves that shit too. And I don't get it. But there's so much suggestive dialogue in that crap that it's insane.
And some
Yeah.
times she was watching this weird show where
Closer.
you can't hear me, can you?
Now I can.
She used to watch this like weird, like people got like their boobs in like
Their boobs.
Now he's talking about that plastic surgery show. It's actually pretty good.
Oh.
Beverly Hills Surgeons or something
Oh,
like that.
yeah.
Or something like that. It's
They didn't do my boobs.
okay.
Hey,
I had somebody else do
if
mine.
my mom said the same thing,
Botched.
I would
It's
be
called
like,
botched.
I gotta go.
This is botched.
No, I always seem to stun everybody.
puts plastic on their boobs.
I don't know. I think if a camera followed me all day, I think it'd be pretty entertaining.
There's
I mean,
shit that we
I'm
could
crazy.
because some people are just. But the thing is, if a camera crew wanted to follow me, I just wouldn't allow it. There's just so many people that are open to get their
Oh, they could
whole
follow me to the
fucking
bathroom.
family filmed.
I would take a shit with crew members.
You would actually have an entertaining episode.
Oh yeah. Don't shut the door on the film crew. Come on in. Oh yeah,
Crazy.
most definitely.
That's what I want to get. I was gonna get. Hey, Brandon, you okay over there, man? You want to make any more noise and pound the thing a little bit? Or you want me to
He's
just shut off
trying
your
to eat
mic?
the crumbs.
You know, we're getting kind of off topic. So ghosts.
It is Ghosts, yeah. So that's what I'm going with it. Is that John had basically, I've been trying to get him on this podcast,
Yes.
and he's had a lot of experiences,
And I'm his wife.
so you can talk about it. So
So-
take us through the time when he mentioned that he got abducted by aliens.
Okay, so like, this is my husband that we're talking about. Of
I'm going to
21,
get him on the podcast. too.
21
Yeah, I'll try to
years.
get him in.
We've been together 25. Okay, so what happened is he worked 30 years with Department of Corrections,
Okay.
and he was in Otay Mesa, the prison in San Diego, and right there on the border, he was the outside sergeant, and he was going around the prison, the outside of the gate, and then also right there, you share it with the border of Mexico. So there was a lot of illegals that would run through, and he'd have to do that. But anyway, so
Jeez.
he'd go around the whole prison, and he worked graveyard shifts.
Ugh.
So he'd go the whole thing, and he just heard like, zzz, and then that's it. He says he blacked out, and then when he woke up, all 4 tires were melted
Whoa.
on a dirt road,
Okay.
and he remembers seeing this big ship, this big light above him.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah, and he's not one that likes to talk, or he's really shy about that, and So I definitely 100% believe him.
So he didn't remember actually seeing any beings?
He just knows that he was out, and then when they let him go, he woke up in his truck. His work truck with 4 melted tires on a dirt road.
Would he let us, like, hypnotize him to see if we could find, like, the subconscious memories?
No, he wouldn't let you because he's not that kind of person to let you hypnotize him, or he wouldn't be under nobody's spell. He's too controlling for that. But
so you know what we got to do? Tie him down.
I wonder if one of us could be hypnotized by listening to a YouTube.
I don't know. You know,
I know you've actually been hypnotized.
2 times. One time at an amusement park and one time at the stadium, big stadium.
The stadium,
and
yeah.
I volunteered for that.
I remember
that was fake.
That was fake?
Yeah, I wasn't hypnotized. I just pretended I was hypnotized.
You were so fucking funny too when you're up there.
Oh hell yeah, because you gotta act the part.
Is that right?
That is true. There was about 3 of us. No, there was
Did they
3.
tell you?
There was like 10 people that got picked, and I was
Okay.
one of the lucky people, if that's what you want to say.
I remember that.
And this guy, he had so much confidence, and I was like, I am not gonna break this man's heart.
Yeah.
And so when he started hypnotizing everybody, put your head. Everybody was sitting down in their chairs. Do you remember that
I remember
part?
that. You had to keep your palms up.
And he says, "Okay, everybody, drop your head down." And I'm still listening to him the whole time, like whatever command he gives, right? And then I'm peeking, at everybody else to see what the hell they're going through, so I can do this right.
Yeah.
And I didn't have the heart to tell him that I wasn't hypnotized.
I thought you were hypnotized this whole fucking time.
Because I'm a damn
This is
actress.
news to me.
I'm
So,
an actress.
have you actually ever got hypnotized for real?
No. I even tried to be hypnotized to bring up my childhood.
Joe, have you ever been hypnotized?
No,
Do you believe in it?
Oh, yeah.
You guys do believe in it?
Oh, of course.
I would give it a try. If we could get like a professional to try and hypnotize me, I'd be down.
But you know what? Only some people are susceptible to that, and some people are not.
Because I was watching one of these cold case files, and they hypnotized this girl that got like beat by a baseball. I know it's not funny. She got beat by a baseball bat.
Yeah.
And she pretty much was left for dead.
Oh,
left
hell.
for dead, and she couldn't remember anything. And then they hypnotized her, and basically she remembered everything, and it tied into this guy that matched the one drop of DNA that matched him, and ended up catching the killer.
Wow.
Craziest fucking story, because she didn't remember it. Part of her brain got bashed in.
Oh my God. Well, maybe she'll come back as a ghost.
No, she's alive.
Oh, she's alive.
She got hypnotized, I'm
Well,
saying.
hell.
So okay, so you say you're gonna come back when you're a ghost?
Oh, I'm definitely coming back.
You know what you gotta do? We gotta do the personal shopper thing. Okay. So
I got news for
we
you.
ha-
Don't cry when I die, honey.
Okay.
Okay, you're going to sit there and you're going to try to.
I'm about Joe. Why
You're
aren't you
gonna try
crying?
to
My mom
bring
just
me
died.
back.
You know.
No. So when you're on the other side, let's right now come up with a secret word, so that we try and summon you or go through a psychic or a Ouija board.
Sure.
There's a special word that only we would know.
Fuck. I'm always good at that word. No?
Mississippi.
Mississippi sounds good to me. You heard it first, Mississippi, Carol.
Mississippi.
I can't even say that.
And then you know what's
So-
gonna happen? And you know what's gonna happen? We'll have a Ouija board. Carol, please use the special word. F U
F-U-C-K. You know that's the word I'm coming back. I'm not coming back as Miss.
Damn it, Carol.
And here's the thing, okay? So my husband also died. He died about 2 years ago, and he went to the other side. He remembers the other side.
What?
Yes, so plain. So he and he doesn't talk about this stuff, as you know.
Sure.
He keeps it to himself. But so he went to the other side.
Okay.
He went to it was like up in the mountains with a stream. He was underneath the tree, and he says it was so calming and beautiful. And he was dead for 7 minutes, and then they brought him back.
And then and then he woke up from the dream and got back and came back.
He says, well, when he woke up, right, I had just entered the ER. I just walked in there because I was taking my time thinking, he's got time back there. When in fact it was a code blue. But when I went back there, he said, what? What's everybody doing around here? She says, happy birthday. It's not my birthday, he says. And she says, you died. And so she looked up at me.
You did.
Yeah, she looked up at me and she said, and I said, he died? Like, died?
Yeah, he died like 7 times.
And she's like, yeah, he died. And I just busted out crying like,
Jeez.
so this is the thing. So when he dies again, he has a DNR. So when he dies again, there's this picture on a tin in this bathroom right above his toilet. Mm-hmm. It's a picture of an old house, and up in the top window is where he said he would be on the 3rd day.
That's creepy.
Ugh.
He says, I don't know how I know it or anything. All I know is you will see me appear in that window on the 3rd day.
Like painted?
No, like come to life. I said, so this is going to be entertaining because I'm going to sit in a chair staring at a toilet?
So,
Yeah. But he says,
what do you mean?
what do you mean, what
He
do I
says
mean?
the fucking picture is going to come to life and he's going to be on the 3rd. What?
He's going to be in that picture.
If movies have taught us
Ooh.
anything, it's going to be something
Just
weird
drink.
and abstract.
Maybe on the
drink
3rd
And-
day,
and, you know,
we're
and-
going to my mom's house. We're smoking a fuck ton of weed.
And there
And
he
we're going
is.
to stare at that picture.
No, you know why?
Why?
Because the only people he told is me and Joe. Because Joe's lived there in the past year. And he
Have
told
the
Joe, and
street
Joe
buzzer.
says, Joe literally thought it was a personal thing with me and Dad, and with me and John, and however, so Joe did ask me for private permission to be in the viewing, right there, in the bathroom, staring at that picture.
Oh, fuck.
So now Joe
If you guys see some shit,
So now John knows that me and his brother will be sitting there, because he told me, "I'm gonna come back, cutie. I'm gonna come back. I'm gonna be
I
right
think
there."
we're going to take... I think we should do it now because...
I think we should set the
Because
set
what
the
happened
camera
is...
up.
You did have a boyfriend
I did,
that
and he
lived
died
in
in
the
the
house,
house.
and he died in the house.
Oh, and I've seen him so
and
many
you
times.
said that you've seen him a couple times and visit you, and
Yes.
even recently.
Yes.
You said he's come back.
Yes, that's pretty exciting too.
I think we need to do a podcast at your house in the middle of the night, and we're going to use the sweep device that can actually pick up voices.
Perfect. Yeah, because he's definitely there. I've experienced him there, and John's experienced him there. John's my husband, and Jeff was my boyfriend. Yeah, a little weird. And the boyfriend died in the house, on the couch, sitting up.
Is it
So-
under record now? Do you think that's under, if you go in whodietinmyhouse.com, that he's probably listed there?
Chuck, I didn't even know there was a damn website. Who died in my
There's a
house?
website.
Yeah.
Yes, there is.
I didn't even
I'm gonna have to
know.
look
I'm
that up
so
now.
stupid. Yeah, I'm gonna look it up. Did you know about it?
No!
Okay.
It's like $5 or $10, but they'll give you a report.
Oh,
per-
now he
per
tells
house.
us about the money.
Yeah, there you go.
But it's
No
totally
wonder
different.
nobody knows. We're broke bitches.
I've died 2.5 times. I didn't see anything on the other side, though. But I don't think I was, dead.
That's what I'm saying.
What
So
up?
maybe you weren't dead.
Yeah.
Don't do that, dude.
Because
What's going on here?
Because
Is
the
that
first
sprinklers?
Sprinklers.
Yeah, they're
Oh,
over there.
Jeez. I thought
Big-
you were messing with some... Look, if you go to diedinhouse.com, ladies and gentlemen.
How about you look
Type in an address and hit search now. And I think it's like $5 or $10.
Okay, wait.
Diedinhouse.com. Diedinhouse.com. And they're not giving us any advertising money, but I have gone here and it's been pretty accurate. Except it didn't say anything about the Blue House. I did look up a report in the Blue House. It didn't say anything.
Don't have to. We experienced it firsthand.
But there was someone that died in this house, I think, or
Can
the
you
last
look
one
up
I was
my
at.
house if I gave you the address?
Well, it's $11.99
Oh,
for a
per
single
house?
search. If you do a 3 search, it's $30.
Okay.
Is that just for one house? 30
One house
bucks?
is $12. 3 houses, $30, and it gives you basically each report.
Let's do it.
Here's the thing: each report contains the following: meth lab records, fire-related records, death occurring at the address, registered sex offender data, property information, sales history, and tax value.
That's great.
Yeah, so it's gonna tell you a whole bunch of shit. But do you think Jeff is listed I'm curious to see if Jeff is listed at your house now under the death records, because on his death certificate,
Well, he
I would say
was.
something like
We
that.
just left him on the couch for like 35 minutes
Yeah.
before I decide to wake up in the morning. Yeah, I just left him there. I see he's probably drunk. No, he wasn't drunk. He was dead.
Dead as a doorknob. Dead as a doorknob. Okay, so we're going to take a commercial break, and we'll be right back. And maybe we're going to use this diedinhouse.com and check an address. All right?
Okay.
Booze and Dudes.
Turn it up.
Big Bucks Entertainment. The company that knows how to party. Every event, from weddings to birthdays. We have the DJs and MCs to rock your crowd. We have the sound and light show to make it huge. And we have the talent and experience to always get it right. We are the party experts.
You already know. Hit him with it.
Big Bucks Entertainment.
We're back. So, we're going to put our addresses in to diedinhouse.com and see what happened here. Here it is. Okay. So, we put in your address, Mom.
Yes. Yeah, Jeff died. Yeah.
There was 23 people basically associated with this address. 23 people. That's a lot.
23. Yeah, there was Mormons living there before us.
A lot of names.
Well, no. No disrespect.
Jeffrey Semino died in 2/12/15. But we cannot identify the location of death. No additional info available on this death.
Well, go ahead and give it. He died in the living room by the big window attached to the sunroom.
Yeah. Jeez.
Sitting up.
Is this Wikipedia for the dead? Make
Pretty
sure
much.
to edit this, okay, so that he can be, he died in the wind.
But he
So-
comes back all the time. Gosh, it's like he's not even gone, really.
So it does say that he was associated with the house,
Yeah.
but it doesn't say necessarily if he died there.
Well, he did. Take it from me. I seen his dead body sitting up.
Exactly. So let's do Joe's house. Joe, what's your current? Oh yeah, don't say it.
Don't say your address.
Just
You already have enough stalkers.
here.
Hold on.
I'll turn your mic.
Yeah,
I'll
yeah.
turn your mic off. We're gonna turn your mics off. Okay, so none of y'all heard that.
You
Hopefully.
do realize now you're opening your home up to whatever report might come out right now.
Let's do run and died.
And if
In your
anybody
house.
died, we're going to go to your home and investigate.
Okay,
Okay. What is it?
0 people have died in your house.
Shit.
Yay!
We can always make one.
No
know what
known
else you
sex
did.
offenders except for Joe.
Isn't that crazy?
Hey!
It says, it says all you guys' names. Oh, no. There was a death, but they can't prove it it was your house. But there was a guy that died in your house. There was a guy named Martin Tedford in 1999. They can't identify the source.
Well, what do you mean they can't? Like, who's
They can't-
Who's even this information?
They can't confirm he's associated with the house,
Uh huh.
so he might have owned the house, but they
And
can't
not lived
confirm that
there.
he died there.
Yeah, they don't know.
Just like Jeff, that died in the house, but they can't confirm he died there. So a guy named Martin Tedford
I'm gonna hold on.
in '99 died,
Fucking hell, I hate this phone.
and you said there was a guy that yelled at you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So let's Google.
Spell that last name real quick.
It's Tedford.
Martin.
Oh, right here. I think I found him. Martin J. Tedford. Beloved husband. Buried in Riverside National.
Oh, then he was in the military, huh?
Born in 1915.
He was in the military.
And he died in 1999?
Siblings, Ernest Leroy Tedford. And he died in 99. He was born in 1915.
Damn, he lived pretty long.
Military man.
Well, this is exciting.
So do you think maybe...
We're just getting started.
Did it say how he died?
Probably old age. If he was born in 1915.
1915 to
99.
let's just say he
lived a good life.
Yeah.
Well, maybe he did.
Maybe he did. He was all pissed off at the
Yeah.
end. But
You know what's funny is that like lately I've been kind of contemplating death and the other side and whatnot, and like I'm slowly earning or getting a tolerance to it and preparing myself, and just like I'm hoping that when I die, I'm an old man who can't wait to die, who's just like, I've been here too long. Can I please go now? Oh, thank God.
eventually, you're like, I don't want to get so old that I look like a fucking goblin.
Well, all the people that I volunteer for, they're all in their 70s and 80s and 90s.
Oh, I seen some 70-year-olds today. They sold,
and
they were good.
They're but these ones, I don't know if I'm just coming across the depressed ones, but I have two of them that are ready to kick the bucket because they just want to end it. But it's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Even in seniors, they say, I'm old, I'm done. Let me go. There's no use for me here anymore. So, but yeah, we're coming off our little thing here.
Well, that is death. Not necessarily. It could have been at the house, but they did not confirm that. Now, let me put my address in.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
We should have stuck to San Bernardino. Everything in San Bernardino.
San Bernardino. San Bernardino.
Shut up!
San Bernardino.
Oh, I remember that song.
Oh, yeah.
So bad.
So bad. It used to be the Glass City, but now it's the Ass City.
I was having a conversation with my coworker about like how to because San Bernardino is like the worst city in California.
Mm-hmm.
Like we're worse than Los Angeles. So it's like, well, people are like, aren't you afraid to like walk in downtown San Bernardino? Fuck no, I'm not.
Mm-mm.
If you act like who you are and have confidence, no one's gonna fuck with you.
Yeah.
Like I had like a $200 laptop in my backpack one time, but I just fucking walked through the ghetto where people are shooting craps and
Sure.
I can see drug addicts trying to suck dick for coke, and I'm just like, I'm walking. 'Cause if you just have the confidence to know who you are,
Yeah.
you're fucking made.
Yep.
So, the house I live at now, 26 people associated with it. 3 people have died.
Get out of here!
A girl named Hope Manino died in 2013.
Damn.
13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Oh, I'm just counting on my fingers.
Jacqueline Johnson died in 2004.
Nice.
Oh, my God.
John Bryan died in 2012. And it says basically 3 of the 24 that are associated with this house, 3 of them have died. And it isn't necessarily this it doesn't say the cause. It didn't say if they died in this house or not, but that's a lot of deaths. Right?
That's
Yeah.
yeah, for this house, because this house, how old is this house?
This house is built in 2000. Let's see.
My house is 89.
Yeah, this one was in 86.
I'm sorry.
So this isn't that old.
Mine
That's not that
is
old.
mine's
32 years
in
old.
86. My house was built in 86.
Was it born in
Yes,
86?
because that's when Mike was born. But not that he was born there, but I remember the year.
Uh-huh. Jeez. Yeah, so that's crazy. 3 people died in this property.
Well, we don't need to go very far to
Yeah.
go around with our sounds and do some ghost
3
hunting.
people, but we've never had any experiences here.
Hey,
Yeah.
we got the camera. We got the black light on the video camera. Let's do it.
Well, you see, you know what's funny is that realistically, with how old the world is, you could throw a rock and you're probably going to find a place that is associated with death or had somebody die in it or just somebody did a seance.
Yeah.
Yeah, like realistically, let's try and find a house that isn't got somebody died in it, you know?
Yeah, well, I guess we got to look at both sides.
Mhm.
You know? both sides of the coin, but
Yeah, no, that's crazy. I didn't know that many people died in this house. Jeez.
that is nuts.
But anyways, like I said, it's it could be let me see here. It could be a number of different things. I mean, there's ghosts that just move on and have no purpose here, and especially if they died newer, like '03 and all that other stuff. Maybe they didn't die here. Maybe died in an accident somewhere else. But it seems every 4 years someone died in this house.
Well, my question is probably to the listeners out there is I want to know, do they believe that there's more non-believers or more believers?
Big Bucks. We have an email address, right, where people can send us questions, comments, concerns, right?
Yes, it is boozeandthedudes@gmail.com.
And also your experience with the afterlife. We would love to hear that.
My what do you mean?
Well,
My
let them
ghost
tell.
experience?
No, like when they email us in, the viewers tell us about if they have any experience with the afterlife, right? And then let us know if you believe in it or if you don't believe in it and why.
That's right. You tell him, Butthead.
Yes.
Butthead
Yes.
Schminigan.
Yes.
So, you're on edibles.
Okay, I am, and
Joe
I'm
has
feeling it. Yes.
Joe has a dust cleaner
Oh,
Well,
in front of him, and he's telling me
we're all drugged up
that
right now.
before he used to take hits of the dust cleaner. And I don't know if you've seen the intervention episode where this lady was
I
just taking
have.
hits, and this is why they keep this shit behind sealed sealed locked gates at Walmart.
And-
It's because this asshole was taking shots of this stuff.
And sadly enough, as much as we all love Joe, sadly enough, he's always the one that we make test all the products.
So Joe,
Who did we put in a trash can one time?
that was
Jesse, that was
Oh,
our last episode. We were discussing that.
Gosh, yeah.
How
Okay, so let
Joe's
me-
ass was going 40-something miles an hour
Oh,
and
that
almost
was-
killed Jesse.
Gosh.
And actually, you guys probably would have been in jail until maybe recently, and then you'd have all got a jail, and I would throw a big party for you. But
we'd have come out all hard with
You would have
Oh,
gone
and
to
when
jail.
he came out, when
Joe-
John came out with barbecue sauce and thought you guys were trying to break into the room, into Chuck's room.
Okay, so let me go ahead and explain
Yeah,
what
yeah,
this is.
let's
Alright,
do
so
this.
This is
do
just
it.
compressed air for cleaning computer parts and whatnot. It's known as Huff, Nos, or Whippets. Because the first time people found it, they could they could inhale it from whipped cream.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Now, this is a very cheap high. It only lasts like 10 seconds. So the fact that there was people addicted to this, I'm like, are you serious? Because it literally only lasts like 10, 15 seconds.
But wait, is that really a cheap high? Because how much did that can cost?
Okay, money-wise, this is probably like $20 for this big 3-pack or 4-pack that he has. Well, 4-pack,
So you're
probably
looking
like
at
30.
$5 for a can.
Yeah,
So-
but again, it only lasts like 10 seconds.
Oh,
So,
Yeah.
okay, what it is you do
The price
is you
ain't cheap.
inhale the compressed air, and you just hold it in, exhale it, and you're gonna feel lightheaded, you're gonna feel dizzy, and I'm actually kind of curious to see what it's gonna do to me with these headphones on, because you hear a ringing. It is so silly.
there's just some things I won't try.
go ahead, bud. Whenever you're ready.
You don't want
Go
to try?
ahead. I won't try it. No.
Alright,
My mom's already fucked up. All right, let's do this, Joe.
here we go. I gotta exhale all the oxygen out of my lungs.
Oh fuck. Just like intervention, he just took an inhalant. Oh fuck, he's taking a lot. Look at this motherfucker. What the fuck?
Oh, gosh. It's going to blow up.
I'm fine.
That wasn't as good as...
Oh, look at this! Look at there's a vein coming right down his forehead. Oh, and
God,
I
he's
didn't
not
mess with the
even
voice.
here.
I didn't
Look
mess with
at
the
him.
voice settings either. Fuck. How do you?
No,
How do you feel, Joe?
Everything's like going black and white, black and white, black and
Right
white.
now?
Right now, yeah.
Oh my goodness.
No. There's
the
some things I won't try. Nothing will I put up my nose.
I'm gonna
He's
double
gonna do it.
down.
He's gonna double
Keep that
down.
music playing. Keep that music going. Louder. Louder.
He's freaking out right now.
That's right.
This motherfucker. He won't smoke weed, but he'll fucking take a hit from a duster. Oh my gosh. Kids,
God.
do not do drugs. Holy shit. This fuck.
Okay, so he's getting greedy right
He's
there
getting
with
real
all that.
fucking greedy. I think he's relapsing.
Hey,
Holy shit.
so let's count the seconds. We're about 5,
Oh
6.
my goodness. I guess it doesn't help that I'm putting
Gosh,
the
and when he
Inception
breathed
music
out,
on.
I smelt the the stuff he
The
inhaled.
duster?
Yeah.
All right, we're good now.
Oh, he's good. He says he's good.
Okay, so that
He
yeah.
said it, ladies and gentlemen.
Well,
Did it-
it's still a little after.
Did it help that I did the Inception music too in the background?
That actually was pretty cool.
Okay, so. Hey guys, yes, later that day, Joe did overdose on dust off and was rushed to the emergency room. He's doing better now, and he's in a rehab facility in Palm Springs. Anyways, that's all bullshit. Listen to the Booze of the Dudes on Spotify and iTunes. That's not bullshit. And subscribe on iTunes for all future podcasts. Until next week, take care.